Let's Podcast. My name is Fidel and I'm with my co-host Brian. Today, tutaingia siasa kidogo.
Politics.
I
call it politics,
yeah. Defiance.
Defiance continues.
Yeah. Shall we topic ya defiance before how defiance has made great leaders in our history.
Defiance is the real power.
Yeah. We can see with Edwin, Watenya, Sifuna.
Yeah, the consistency is still there. You can still see with the rallies.
Yeah.
Saizi nashika moto.
Alianza na Busia. Kitengela. Kakamega.
And they're getting better every day. And now the government is now noticing it.
That
this, if we don't control this is going to escalate into a very big movement.
And it might. So as I said, when we continue the topic of defiance, and I want to insist that great leaders are made from defiance.
So the current president, William Samoei Ruto, when he defied the coalition in 2007 for Raila, you remember he was on the side of Raila in 2007. Before the Raila negotiated with the government of Kibaki to become a prime minister. Then the president defied. He said, no, if we won the elections fair and square, then I won't take Nusumkate. I want the whole of it.
The whole thing.
So he marshaled his tribe, he marshaled his forces, he marshaled his finances, and became a force that nobody could ignore in 2013.
Yeah.
What is that? How different is that from what Sifuna is doing right now?
The exact same thing.
The exact same thing. He's on the way to power. If you ask me, he's on the way to power. I don't see any difference what he's doing. Because in 2013, nobody could ignore the force that William Ruto had created. He easily negotiated for space with President Uhuru Kenyatta, and they were in power for 10 years. And then came 2017. Defiance is what made President who he is today. He refused to be part of the government, and now he posed as if somebody who is representing defiance. He posed as somebody who is representing something different from what is, and that's what Kenyan wanted. Wakenya walikuwa wanataka mtu ataongelea kitu tofauti. Sababu unga imepanda, mafuta imepanda, kila kitu
imekuwa so expensive.
So wanashangaa now, if for example Raila comes and is talking the same language with the government, how will it be a change?
Raila mwenyewe ni a product of defiance.
Yeah. And then now, when William Ruto akasema, now what we do, if I want to be successful, let me not go with the direction of this government. That one is called the handshake government. He said, I will not go in the direction of the handshake government. I will forge my own path, and I will marshal my own forces, and I will be on the negotiating table and create my own army. He is president now, and I'm asking myself again,
Edwin,
what is the difference between what he did and what Edwin Sifuna is doing right now? And I know people can argue in different sides in terms of money, because for you to run these big offices,
you must have some good bank account.
Yeah, and I think it's so sad. There was a rally that Maraga called the other day in Meru, and there were only 2 people. So hawkers. So Kenyans, they understand the language of money. I have never understood why. They are paid first before they vote. Pesa and sabuni ya roho. Of course, money opens all doors. And then now, even the main topic for today, as we talk about defiance, we want to go back into history. Whatever is happening to Edwin Sifuna right now, where we have government trying to intimidate. There was tear gas in Kakamega the other day.
Tear gas in
vandalism.
There was tear gas in Kach. Na pia the next niko sure itakuwa. So alafu unashangaa because they are holding the same at the same time the ODM akina Oburu. Iko very peaceful.
Yeah.
Nothing goes on.
But you know the government is arguing that they are coming with their own goons. So I fail to understand how. But if the government has proof of goons, then the goons should be arrested. Because every citizen,
they're coming with their own goons,
if they know those goons, why don't they arrest them? Because every citizen has a right to freely participate in election process, and having one faction being intimidated and the other action being given free time, it's a breach of our Kenyan constitution, and it is actually undermines the very principles of the constitution. But now the issue is it something new, or history repeats itself?
It's history repeating itself.
History is repeating itself. In the 1990s, during the fight of multi-party democracy, in fact, we had now the youth wing, the youth leaders. That's the faction that we are seeing right now. The youth wing of that time: Matiba, Charles Rubia, Raila Odinga, wakina Orengo, wakina Paul Mwite, of that time, the young factions. And they brought real change.
That's the exact thing.
And the tactics are the same. And the tactics have changed, but the motive is the same.
The motive is the same.
During those days, the fear was finding yourself in a cell, detention.
Yeah.
The fear was detention
without trial.
Yeah. Right now, we have trumped up charges. We have people using the law to try to intimidate those who are opposed to the regime. But I think at the end of the day, the good purpose always wins. We have had the multi-party fight in the 1990s, it won. The rest we're enjoying right now won. And I think it is important for those people who are fighting for change to keep doing the good work, even though they say politicians fight for themselves. And if you want to live a good life, you disdain politics.
Yeah.
It's a game of compromise. You find yourself at the center of the very thing that you are
fighting against.
Yeah. So in terms of what the police say, IG,
IG amesema that let me just pull it out. IG niliona nilipatana nayo, ilikuwa kwa ilikuwa imepostiwa na hii Mtembei TV. IG Douglas Kanja on Friday warned the National Police Service is undergoing a major financial strain that might force police to restore to live bullets to quell the protest.
Yeah, I don't know if that is credible, because I have not heard the voice of the IG himself. But if that's true, then this is just a language of intimidation.
I'm not miskarao or anything, but
I think there is no place in the law where the police in Africa to me live bullets for protest, because protest is going to enshrined in the constitution. Public rallies they are not criminals. So live bullets, as much as the law is concerned, it should be condemned in the strongest words possible. The voices should come out. If it is true what the IG said, they should come up and defend every citizen against, because we are people who are going to lose their lives. And there is no way you can say that we are running short of apparatus that could manage crowds. Because these are realities in the constitution, and they are budgeted. We always have protests. As long as they are planned, they are within the law, the notice has been given, then in fact the protesters and the rallies should be protected by the police. Serikali inafai mwage hapo polisi walinde wananchi. And if at all kuna allegations of goonism and hooliganism, the government iko na apparatus zote za kuinvestigate hizo vitu na ku bring those people to justice, so that we have free and fair campaigns. And if kama kuna mtu anataka akona manifesto yenye ita win the hearts of Kenyans, let them say that manifesto. If the president will say his manifesto, the opposition will say the manifesto, but at the end of the day, we want a peaceful country. Yeah.
But tukirudi kwa history ya Sifuna, unajua watu wanasema okay ndio asemi his agenda. What next? Anasema tu baba alisema.
Hawajui anataka nini.
Hajui anataka.
Hajaongea vijana, hajaongea.
Alisema mimi ni president, ama mimi nitasimama deputy, ama tunge mkono nani.
Alafu pia bado manifesto yao hawajauza basi.
Yani ameshapata ile nini the people's appeal ashaipata. So watu wanauliza okay nini next?
Because unajua at the end of the day lazima you make your move against your opponent. Huwezi kuwa una hold your best moves all the time. You must declare as early as now, because pia the president is also working. As much as akona challenges zake, he's also selling his own. For example, I read somewhere that we have easy programs zinaendelea kama Nyota. We have people who are genuinely benefiting from it. Even though there are scandals, they say that we have it is not a government initiative. It is funded from an external source. But at the end of the day, we have people who are benefiting from it. So I think, as you said, he should come out clearly and say what alternative does he have for housing, what alternative does he have for social health, what alternative does he have for education, and what does he really want. Kama kuna hiyo power yao,
bado mimi ndio senator, tasimama bado senator, ama tuungeni Kalonzo, ama tufanye nini, hajasema kitu yoyote.
But I think if you ask me, he just wants to be on the negotiating table. You know, on the negotiating table, first of all, you must come with numbers. Anasema Eugene Wamalwa,
that's a bold statement, my guy.
Kijana Wamalwa alisema it is time for our numerical advantage to count in the next election. Those days, Yasema, I don't want to mention the tribe, but when he said that time, he said we have a numerical advantage, but it has never counted. So in politics, you come with your numbers. So I think that's what he's trying to do, to convince either side of their numerical advantage, number one. Then now he can be on the negotiating table. So he's trying to marshal his forces.
Imagine alikuwa kwa negotiating table na Ruto.
Yeah, you know,
anakuwa amejiuza big time.
Yo, either way,
but okay, niko sure ako pia anatafuta kitu ku negotiate na.
Alafu in politics they say that there is no permanent enemies, there is no permanent friends. Anything can happen. I don't remember before Raila died, the spokesperson alikuwa anasema alikuwa anataka kuongelea, like Raila had feared that he betrayed Kenyans. So he had gone an extra mile kutaka kuambia wa Kenyans the biggest compromise in France. You know, they have explanation for everything, the politicians. They say alikuwa anataka ku refer what he did to what happened in France in 1970s or in 1950s. So he wanted to work on a book that was supposed to be presented at the University of Nairobi. How we compromise our own political ambitions for the greater benefit of our country. So sometimes you'll hear, don't be surprised when he comes back and say, for the peace and prosperity of Kenya, I'm supporting this faction. And he will be right, and there is nothing we will do. Now it's about Kenyans to choose. So either way, you serve, they say, a man is not capable to see beyond their own self-interest.
So, kwetu baki too much.
Ona, unaona kwa siasa ile yenye umeona kwa TV, ndio yenye unachukua hiyo siku.
Like sema kipull movie nyingine unachukua hiyo.
Just be comfortable, that is now what politics is.
Okay. That has been our successful episode for today. Kama episode imekubamba, please like, subscribe and share, and see you acha comment. Acha comment. Thank you so much.